Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So happy to have you here. If you're new, welcome. I'm Tanya with yanxa.creations, and this is where I get a chance to do my two favorite things, and that's craft and experiment. So today's video is like every other one. We're trying something new. So today we're going to be doing something that I saw Michael from Mr. Crafty Pants do quite a couple months ago. So we are doing faux embroidery. He got an embroidery image and then he did some editing to that image and then he pressed it to a sublimation hat, and it looked really great. It looked very much like it was embroidered. So I wanted to try this out on a t-shirt. So we're going to be making in this video this t-shirt that I am wearing. So I don't know if you're able to see it, but lines in it as if it had been embroidered. I absolutely love this t-shirt. You will get a close-up in the video once I'm finished working on it. Now to do this, we are not going to be sublimating exactly the way that Michael did it in his video. We are going to be using the DTF Hack. This is a 100% cotton t-shirt, and I love to wear cotton, not polyester, so I am loving this hack. So what we are going to need to do is to get an embroidery file. So initially when he did it, I thought, hey, okay, I can just go to any of the websites that I usually go to get my digital files and just pick an embroidery file, and then I could do this. Unfortunately, when I went to all these different sites, the embroidered images were always in embroidery files. I have no way to actually open these files, and so I really could not use them. So I went on over to crafty.net, which is really Mr. Crafty Pants, and as soon as I typed in embroidery sublimation files came up. So he has already designed these embroidery files so that you can use them for sublimation. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to go over to crafty.net and we are going to find us a really nice embroidery sublimation file, so you can get a PNG file with all that looks exactly like it's all embroidered, and you can download that and sublimate it. So let's go on over to crafty.net. Once we find the file that we're going to be using, I'll take you over to Canva and I'll show you a few little edits that you want to do to this file so that it can look very much like an embroidered file. So don't go anywhere, stick around. This one is a great one. All right, guys, here I am over on crafty.net. I'm all logged in. And as I said, when I came on, I just decided to type in embroidery. And when this box drops down, it actually says embroidery sublimation. So I was like, really? So basically, here are all the possible files that are they are ready to go as embroidery files, but they're also here as PNG files, and so you can actually sublimate them. I thought that was really fantastic. I haven't seen this on any of the other sites. I have not checked all of them. All right, I looked through, there were just so many of them that I just couldn't, it took me a while to figure it out. And as you can see, there are 40 pages. There are 40 pages. By the time I got down to around page 9, that's when I selected the one that I'm going to be using. So let's go all the way over to page 9. And I decided to go with I'd Rather Be Sleeping. I love everything that has slots on it. So I really wanted to go with this one. So let me click on it so you can have a look. So as you can see, it is an actual embroidery file. And if we click on this here, we can see that it's in the format. You have the JEF, you have the XXX, you have all the embroidery extensions, but then you do have PNG. So you can decide to download the download the .zip where you get all the different file types. I'm just interested in sublimating, so I'm just going to click on the PNG and download the PNG version of it. So to ensure that we get as much details as possible, I'm just going to come over into Canva, and then I'm going to do some of the edits that Michael had done as well. So let's go ahead and click on create a design. And we're going to go down to custom size. So I'm going to be using the 8.5 by 11 the 8.5 by 11 DTF sheets. So I'm just going to go ahead and change, do a custom size, and I want it to be landscape. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 11 by 8.5. All right. So here is our sheet, and I have already uploaded the design. So I just need to go to my uploads, and we're going to bring it onto our canvas. So let's go ahead and make this as big as we can. It's going to go on a t-shirt, so let's make that as big as we can. To ensure that we capture a lot of the embroidered details, we're going to go ahead and click edit image, and we're going to say see all, and that gives us all the different adjustments that we can make to the image. So in order for us to be able to get this image to kind of pop off the shirt like an embroidered image would, we're going to actually adjust things like the contrast and the saturation to give it more to give it more of a three-dimensional look. So we're going to increase our contrast, and that will thicken up all of these lines, and we will increase our saturation as well. All right, so Michael did come down to clarity, and he did some adjustments here, so I'm going to do that as well, and it's looking good. So from here, we just need to go ahead and save our image. So the only reason for bringing it into Canva is just so that we can play around with the contrast and the saturation. So if you have some other program that you're using that you could play around with that, then by all means, go ahead and do that. Okay, y'all, so the design has been sent to the printer. While it's printing, I'm getting everything else ready. So of course, to do the DTF hack, we're going to be needing some DTF film, and we're going to be using DTF powder. So in today's video, I am going to be using the DTF film from yanxa, and I'm going to be using their DTF powder. They had sent me these some time back. I've used it in a couple of videos before, and I really like it. Now, I haven't chosen this one over any of the other brands that I have worked with before. It was the first one I touched, and I like it, so I went with it. So if you have this or another brand, go ahead and try this out. So in the meantime, my press is heating up. I have set it to 325 Fahrenheit, and we're going to be pressing for 20 seconds on medium to heavy pressure. So here is our awesome print. So first things first, we want to do this quickly. Let's come on down. We want to get our powder on top here. So I've just laid down some paper, and I'm just going to quickly add my powder. So in my previous videos, I have cured my design. So basically, I've put it under my heat press to cure for a while, get that powder all melted into the ink, or I've placed it into my oven. Today, we're not going to do that. We're just going to add our powder, and we're going to press. So I've been trying it out without adding the powder. I've been trying it out without curing it, and it works just as well. Curing it will be a serious thing if you are going to be sending this to somebody for them to use it, or you weren't going to use it right away. But since we're going to press it right away, I'm not going to go through the curing process. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up this powder, try to get everything back in there. Then I'm gonna use my handy dandy little vacuum that I got from Amazon. I really like these cute little stuff and it's really kind of cool. Quickly get rid of any excess powder on my surface. I know I'm just being extra, but it's kind of cool. All right. And I do want to show you that in the design, you can see all the lines. I'm not sure if you can. So the powder is there now, but you can see all the lines and it looks a little bit puffed up. It's actually flat on the paper, but it actually does look like embroidery. So we're gonna go ahead and press this to our t-shirt. Okay, so our press is ready. I have laid out my 100% white cotton t-shirt. I have pre-pressed it already, and so we just need to lay down our design. So we just want to get that all centered in there. Ooh, I'm loving this. Look, you can see all the lines, like it's actually an embroidered file. Well, it is an embroidered file. So let's get a fresh sheet. This is not the sheet that I used when I was pouring the powder. So let's get a fresh sheet and go ahead and press this. So it's 325 and we're doing it for around 25 seconds or 20 to 25 seconds. All right, so this process is pretty much the same as I've always done in doing the DTF hack. This is a cold peel, so we're gonna let this cool off. Ooh, so bright. But it's pretty cold now, so we're gonna go ahead and peel. Nice, smooth, clean movement. And there we go. What do you think? Faux embroidered? Kind of looks like it was embroidered, right? But it's actually flat. Yeah? So we're going to hit it with that 5 seconds to make it feel less plasticky and more into the fabric. There we have it. Really into it. Really looks good. Doesn't that look great? I love it. Doesn't it look great? All right. Well, there you have it, guys. Faux embroidery. So if you wanted to do a bit of embroidering, but you don't have an embroidery machine like me, and you really like how embroidery looks, this is a way to give yourself that embroidered look. And when you touch it, it's nice and flat and into the t-shirt. I am a huge fan of the DTF hack. As you know from my previous videos, go ahead and check out my DTF hack playlist. But thanks again for watching. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. I'll love to have you come and join me as I try all sorts of different crafts. This is where I love to do my crafting and my experiment, and I'd love to have you along for the journey. So go ahead and make yourself a faux embroidered t-shirt today.